You'll have to okay it. Sorry. Okay, we're just practicing anyway. We haven't lost it. So all right. So that's the three things. Okay, we're gonna do. We practice. We're practicing chop, tip up, and circle back. Okay, and that's something we have to work on at the beginning. Okay, so uh, every week. Well, for the first few weeks, we'll work on it, and then we'll get over it. Okay, we'll be able to do it and won't have to look at it again. You have any questions on it? You know how to do it, Robert. You've done the sword before, right?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Kelly has a question.
Okay, Kelly.
Any tips on having it not wrap around your wrist?
Uh,
Too much energy.
Too
okay,
much?
so
Okay.
when does it do that? When you chop?
When she sits.
So, so when I lift,
Uh,
but
let's not do it
if I
now.
do it, if I do it just lifting like this, then it's fine. But there's something that happens when I do the full movement, and then it just kind of wraps around.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have a tassel, maybe you could try this. First of all, so you hold it like this, okay. And the first thing we do, we're gonna throw it down, right? But look, you can make the tassel. You can control the tassel a little bit, okay. So when you go to do it, the tassel goes first. See, down, chop, down, chop, and the tassel flies first.
Uh,
Rita doesn't have real tassels. So. I mean, she can make it go a tiny little circle, but so see if you can make it go. Just make the tassel fly by itself. See, so make the tassel fly. Okay, yeah, there you go. So when you go to chop, the tassel goes first, and then chop. And then the timing is kind of like the tassel goes down, the tassel is down. Then chop, and don't chop, put a little bit of energy. Don't have too much. But if you like make it too big, and make the circle too much like that, see, then it wraps around. So there's a little bit of energy to make the tassel fly, and just enough energy to make it jump, but not too much, okay, where it would go around. Okay, but the issue for most people at the beginning, see, Kelly's done it before, right? So Kelly can put some energy. But if you at the very beginning, we can't make it do anything. So the chopping looks like this, and the tassel doesn't do anything. Okay, and we go to make it fly, the tassel doesn't do anything, or it just flops around. Okay, so with a little bit of practice, then you can make the tassel, more control the tassel. It's not a big issue for most. It's pretty easy to control. With just a little practice, and then there are a couple of movements that people still have some trouble with. I'll just show you what they are. It's something like, geez, which one is it, Nancy?
The
This one here.
Cartwheels.
Where we want to do something like this, where we chop to the side. That's a little bit like in the saber, okay? The saber we chop to the side, right? And see it wraps. So the thing is, the energy isn't a big circle, which makes the tassel kind of go with you. It's forward and then chop, and then the tassel is controlled. Okay, and there's other points actually for control. When we get there, we can talk about it. But we make a big circle and go like this, and it's easy for the tassel to wrap around then. So we need to have control and come up slow, a little slowly. Let the energy go, kind of follow around, and then coming up, control it enough so that it'll hit your arm and not go around it. Okay. So that's where the problems are. We'll see where they are. And yeah, we have to control the tassel.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes. All right, great. All right. So the three techniques that we're doing there: chop, tip up, and circle back and tip up. Then if we have no more questions on that, we just need to practice that, every day for a while. And then let's go and then let's review the form that we have so far. Okay. Everybody okay? Okay. I'll do it facing you for now, till we get enough. And so you can see and follow.
Rita, be careful. Your husband's coming behind you.
Okay.
There he is.
Everybody's. Hello, Tamara. All right. So from here, you can see that they're doing it right. Prepare. Opening. We're going to swing forward. Make the sword fingers come palm up. And then in. Elbows go out to the side, and your hands come in. Keep them kind of palm up. Then down, and then miss your face with the tip, and then come around and bring it back to your elbow, and arms point forward, and then push down. Good. Then 3 rings around the moon. Shift left, turn left to the corner, then sit on the right leg, bend your both elbows, turn your right palm up, and circle your both hands to the back corner, and step. So just like a knee brush. Brush, push. Here, the sword is straight up and down. Good. Then back and swing it forward, and then towards your shoulder, open both arms, and open your toe to the corner. And then passing palm and step. 1 line, 2 sides, and then push forward till your pommel is in the center line. Then swing your right arm, open your hand, and step for bow stance. Then come in, tiger's mouth towards the handle. Okay, your other tiger's mouth, actually, your left hand tiger's mouth. They come together. Okay, that's as far as we got, right? And the sword is a straight direction, pointed straight, okay? Not at an angle, straight. Okay? Okay, let's do it again. You can watch this. Prepare. Opening. Swing your arms forward, make your sword fingers. Bring them in. Elbows out, good. Then hands down. And don't hit yourself with the tip. Bring it back to your arm as soon as you pass your body. Then push down. Almost to the bottom. Then shift left, turn left. Point your toe to the corner. Sit, turn your right palm up. Like a knee brush, circle, step, brush, push. Then back and turn and open your right arm to point more towards the corner, more diagonally. Then passing palm and step. When you step, your arms are crossed. And then like a parent closing up, withdraw your right hand to your hip and right hand to your hip. Okay, and not stepping, shifting all the weight off your left foot. Then that's the second ring. The third ring, swing to the back and open your hand and step. And then bring your 2 tigers' mouths together. Okay, to take the sword. What do you think, Nancy? Can you see? Okay, well, let me watch you do it. You have any questions first? Okay. Okay, if no question, I will watch you do it. Prepare. Nancy, maybe focus on Rita, or focus on whoever you like. Okay, we're gonna have this. We're gonna have Kelly's turn. All right, here we go. Opening. Palm up, then in, and down, and around, not getting cut, and then out to the point straight ahead, and push down, almost to the bottom. Good. Then shift left, turn left. Then sit and bend your elbows and palm up, right palm up. And then like a knee brush, circle to the back corner and step out, brush, push. That's the first circle around the moon. Then back and turn, open your toe and go forward and passing palm and step and push forward. And then the third ring is circle out to the corner and open your hand and bring the tiger's mouth together. Make a bow stance. Okay. Okay, so again from prepare, and I'm going to just say go. Okay.
Judy has a
Question. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
on
Judy.
the third ring, when we circle, which corner are we circling to? Is it the front right corner that we're circling, or that we're circling the arm to, or are we going back?
For the third ring is here's 12 o'clock. It's 1:30.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so I'll say go, and you do that whole sequence, okay? And at an even pace. You can't see if you're doing it all together. It doesn't really matter. In the classroom, we try to do it all together, okay? But here, it doesn't really matter. All right, so ready? Prepare. Go. Opening. Maybe I'll call it that word. Okay, then 3 rings around the moon. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Open your hand. There you go, Dita. Is it the third one, right, Dita?
That's the second. That's
She's on the
first
second one?
She's going to the second one then.
Okay. Well, let's review the 3 rings again. So from almost at the bottom, pushing down.
Face that direction.
Almost at the bottom, pushing down. We back and turn, shift left and turn, sit, circle, step, brush, push. Okay, and that's a knee brush. Then for 2, back and swing your sword forward. Then bend your elbow and turn and rotate your right arm and open it to point towards the corner. And bring this up close to your shoulder. This is, okay, close, bend it and get your left hand close to your shoulder. Then going forward, passing palm and step and push the sword forward, the handle forward, and bring your hand to your hip, palm up at the hip. Do it again. From here, from 1. Okay, I think we can all get to the knee brush. Then do the knee brush. The left knee brush. This is your right hand. Okay. Back and turn and open your right arm. And by your shoulder. Okay, again. I'll do it sideways so you can see it here. I'll show the left hand again. It's like this. Back and swing it forward and turn and bend your elbow, bring it up by your shoulder. Okay, so it makes a big circle to get up your shoulder. We're not just going to lift it up. We're going to swing it forward and then bring it back. Okay, swing it and bring it back. So back, turn, and when we turn, we're going to pull it towards our shoulder and open our toe. turn our body to the left a little bit, and our right hand is going to turn over and open diagonally. Okay? So back, turn. Okay, good. And then from there, we'll do it again from here. Back, turn, and now we have both feet flat. Okay, the front foot is flat. Bend your knee and go. That makes you go forward, and they start crossing. They're crossed now when you step. Okay, now that's when they are all the way crossed. Then push it forward. Oops, push it forward and off the back foot, and your hand by your hip. Okay. So that's the second ring. Hold on, let me think. The second ring kind of ends, okay, I'm sorry. The second ring ends, I guess, basically here, okay? Yes, that's right, the second ring. So I think the second ring is this level ring, okay? So do it again. From left knee, brush, back, turn. Keep the blade against your elbow. Okay, keep it against your forearm. Don't let it hang by your forearm. Then passing palm and step and push it forward. Okay, that's the third ring. Okay, second ring. Then the third ring is swing your arm down, open your hand and step, and then bring the tiger's mouths together. Okay. Okay. Let me see you do that. Can you do those three? I'll call it ring 1 and 2 and 3. So from pushing down, almost at the bottom, already on the already behind your arm. All right. Then So ring 1. Shift left and turn left. Then sit and right palm up and circle to the corner and step and brush, push. That's ring 1. 2 is back and turn and cross and step, passing palm and step, and push forward and your hip. Your right foot forward now. Here. Right foot forward. Then step and circle your right hand back and open it. The third ring, and then close in together. Okay, so left bow stance at the end.
Question.
Robert?
You open your hand as you come up for the third ring?
Yeah, it's sort of
From
fingers at your hip, and then when you swing it out, open it,
Okay,
and then bring it in, open.
okay.
Uh-huh.
One other question.
Yeah.
What's the intent of this move?
Of this, well,
Yeah. Seems to me like you're doing kind of a scrape, like a parent close-up. Is that the purpose?
yeah, I think for the second.
Trying to get a guy?
Yeah.
Like that?
I think for the second one, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so a parent close-up. We talked about a parent close-up just for everybody understanding. A parent close-up is like this: you punch, and they grab you, right? They grab your
Right.
punching wrist. So you go like this, and you bring your left hand back, and you turn your palm, and that already makes their arm also rotate, and then you passing palm and scrape it off with your left arm. So this
Right.
is like a parent close-up. The second ring is like a parent close-up, only using the sword and doing the sword on top, the left hand on top, instead of underneath.
Right. And the idea is to strike somebody with the butt of the sword. Is that the idea?
That's the other part you could do. So this could get them off, or you could strike them with the pommel.
And then
And then you need to take this sword, get in your right hand. So the third
Right.
ring is basically just to get ready to grab the sword.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Mike, I've got a question.
Yes.
So when we, in the second ring, when we come back and turn, my arm is to the corner and my hilt is pointing to the corner?
No, the handle, well, maybe it's pointing to the corner, but the most important thing is that it's lifted enough, okay? It's not vertical, but it's not flat. So it's lifted, I'm lifting it maybe a 45 or more vertical than 45 degrees, okay?
Okay.
So yeah, I guess my palm faces the corner, I would say that, okay?
Okay.
I would say the handle doesn't face the corner, but my palm kind of faces the corner.
Okay. So here my body's to the corner. When I cross, is it fair to say my body's square here? When I take that third step, my body's to corner?
Okay. Here to the corner.
Yes.
Your step, it's
Still a little bit to,
it's not totally square. It's turning. I would say that it's just in the middle of turning. So I don't think we think about exactly the angle, and then it keeps turning.
okay.
So it's turning from one corner to the other. It's in the middle somewhere. For
Okay.
me, it wasn't square, and we're not trying to get square. So it's
Okay.
just this motion and with turning.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, there are sometimes we want to understand what the angles are, and sometimes when we're just sort of in a transition, and then, you know, uh, so then we don't want to focus on too many things that we don't have to. Okay,
Mike,
so we have these three rings
Michael,
now.
wait, she's got a
Question.
question.
Who? I'm sorry, Judy.
that's okay. When we do the passing palm, I'm hitting my tassel. Is that wrong? Is that a hit to get over there? Should I
Oh,
be avoiding it?
well, the tassel you're supposed to still be holding with your little
Oh,
finger.
I totally forgot that. Okay.
You're supposed to hold. Okay, yeah, you hold. You will. Yeah, it'll be above your arm.
Okay.
If you don't holding it, then it'll be under it. Under it. That's not right. So remember, we hold it with our. I'm holding it with my little finger on the top of the strings, and Master Young Dua, he would hold the whole the tassel itself below the navi parts, so that it was really out of the way. Okay, but Master Young Jun does not do that. So, but you have a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out of the way.
Okay. Thank you.
At that point. Anybody else have a question? Okay, so have you done enough, Nancy? You watching? Yeah, watch them. All right, do it one more time. I'll watch you then. Let's do it from here, from pushing down, almost to the bottom. Okay. Then the three rings around the moon. Okay, one, go. One is like the knee brush. Okay, then two. Two is like a parent closing up. And end up ready to step. And then three is circle, is just circle down and from down to up to the corner, back to the corner, and then hands together. Okay, so Dita, the second one is like this. Again, so from here I'll do it sideways. Is back and turn and feel open. Okay, now your right arm is open. And then from there, passing palm and step. You have to get your right foot in front. Okay, then and passing above your upper arm, right? So I'll do it this way. Passing palm, crossed, arm crosses the sword. Okay, and then push forward and step again. Do you not have enough room to step? Okay, all right. All right, so that's the hard one. Number two is the hard one. Number 3 is like trivially easy. Number 1 is like the knee brush. So that's still kind of easy. I will say for the knee brush one, I want you to have it be more like a knee brush. So from here, I want you to make sure that when you sit, your left hand goes up and kind of in front of your face and push down. Okay, so don't just bring it like some people do that for the knee brush too. We want it to come up and push down, up and down. Okay, so like a windshield wiper. Okay, so don't forget that part. And I imagine that the application is kind of like a knee brush still. Okay, it's like doing a knee brush with the weapon in your hand. So that's deflecting, pushing out of the way, striking. Instead of striking, when we have the sword fingers, we imagine attacking pressure points, acupuncture points. Okay, so, but yes, Alan?
I got a question. Since we were talking about applications, the very first knee brush doesn't quite make sense to me as an application because we're starting out a sword fight by hitting somebody with our sword fingers, which doesn't seem.
Yeah. Well, so it's not. So the thing is, with the sword fingers, we're not. Yeah, you wouldn't strike. I don't know if you've ever seen. You can look on YouTube and see some people using these attacking pressure points, and you've seen it maybe in movies, where like the bad guy is going to do something, and the person just goes, eh. And there's a certain point, right? It's like now he can't move. Okay, then you don't have to do it hard. Maybe you don't want to do it hard actually, but there's a certain, where these points are on people's bodies, and you can incapacitate them just by poking it. And I saw in the movies, you could say, oh, that's not real. Of course, who could do that? But I saw some video. It must have been YouTube, and some master went, and I forget if he did it. I forget where he did it exactly, but he did something in somebody's abdomen somewhere. He had a line of them, and he went like, and they were like, and it just like, it tied them up like that. So that's like, I think the word that some people use for that is like dim muck. All right, how you can use dim muck, is that for you have to kill people with dim muck? But it's like how to use the pressure points, okay? And for that, you just want to poke them, and you're not really, it doesn't have to be that hard. So he would, and then people were like, and then they would be stuck basically, and they couldn't hardly move, and couldn't hardly breathe. And then he went and like hit them on the back, like, and then it's like, and it just went away. So he could tie them up like, and then when he hit them on the back, maybe, I don't know, in a special way, and then they're like, oh, and then it was just gone. So he knows how to do it. I don't know who you get to teach you that. We don't know. I don't think Master Young knows how to do that. As far as I know, he's never, he would show us at one point, I think. I don't think we can do it, but there are people that can do it. Okay, so it's another kind of thing. It might kind of be, I don't know. It might be in some people's version of Tai Chi. It's not in ours, as far as I know.
Thank you.
So, just like making a ball of Chi and then throwing it, that's not in our version of Tai Chi either, I don't think. So you can see that as in movies too. Where you gather the Chi and then you throw it at someone, and we don't do that either.
Mike?
Yeah.
So where's the gaze on the third ring?
Well, that's interesting. I was doing it from here. I was doing it and looking to the side, and then coming back. What do you think, Nancy?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
That's the third ring from here, and I was looking to the side and coming back. But I don't know exactly that you have to, or yeah. So Nancy looks to the side too.
Yeah.
We look to the side,
Okay.
but I'm not.
So it's just like brush knee.
Brush knee, we go to the corner.
I sent you all, right, a link to the journal where the journals where they start talking about the sword, right?
Yeah.
Anybody did not get it? Probably maybe Robert Redmayne was
I didn't.
on the list, right? So, okay, but it's in the journals, and I can send you that link, especially if you remind me. If I don't do it, then remind me. But it's in the journals. And I forget what it was, Journal 29 or 26 or something. They start going through the sword. The first one, they were just talking about the different techniques of the sword, I think. And then the next, I think the next, and they're still finishing the hand form in that one. And then the next one, they start doing the teaching the movements or something. So you can look there. I'll put Rita in charge of looking them. Let us know about where to look there exactly. But I noticed some of you were doing this and not looking to the side. And I was thinking, oh, I do look to this. I wonder if that's. So I'm a little bit hazy on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll find out. We'll find out by next week, I'm sure. And if you find out, whoever finds out, then let me and Nancy know, and then next week I'll pretend I already knew. Okay. Okay, so do we have the three rings? And, Master Yang, you can watch him do it. Oh, is Nancy, do you have a video doing the sword online they could look at? I don't know.
No, I have the saber.
Well, the good thing is nowadays, recently actually, well, anyway, within the last year, Master Yang has made his video of doing this sword put it on YouTube on the association YouTube, so you can see him doing the sword and doing the saber. Not teaching it, he's just doing it, but you can look there and basically we want to do it like that, okay? Before, it was not available.
Okay. Are we talking about the third ring?
Yes, the third ring.
Okay, third ring we don't look. We keep looking forward. On the brushing and push we look, but we don't on the third ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just checked the video actually.
Uh,
He doesn't look to the
Okay.
side.
all right then. So there you go. Rita, you have the week off. Okay. All right, thanks. Yeah, so now you guys can do it in real time. It's very distracting in class when people are doing that. But here, you can do all sorts of stuff while we're having class. Okay. All right, so we have that resource, Master Yang doing it on YouTube. And we also have the journals. And so let us know if we're making a mistake somewhere. All right, we'll go on then. Okay, go on. Any of these things, you need to practice. I will say this. You probably know this by now, but if you let it get too far, get away from you, you'll feel overwhelmed. So don't have that feeling. If you practice it, get it at least so you can follow along and not feel like you're forgetting. And if you feel like I don't know, I'm a little bit unclear, just practice more, okay, and get it into your body. All right, that's what it is. So this is a little bit more complicated for the new people, a little bit more complicated than the hand form. And the hand form is already kind of complicated. So brand new people, hand form is really overwhelming. Now we have this extra thing, so it makes it a little overwhelming. All right, so we'll go on. The next thing is, okay, we're going to take the sword. And so this is how we're going to do it. I'll show it this direction. From here, the first thing, we don't have a separate name for this. We would call this one Big Dipper. But the first part of Big Dipper is to take the sword. And so I'm going to get closer.
Move back.
I was going to get closer so you can see. So from here, I'm holding it, right? I'm going to take it with my little finger and my fourth finger, and I'm going to let go. And my thumb is already underneath it. I'm going to let go with my left hand, and now my third finger, and now my second finger. And right away, make sword fingers, okay, with the left hand. Then tip up, and both hands go down. Both hands go down, tip up. Okay, so I'll show it again. I'll kind of show it the way we do it. So from here, this is just the hand part. Take it. It's already on the way down. I'll tell you how to take it. From the little finger on. Okay, grab it, let go, and go down together. Is basically how we do it. Okay, so taking it and pushing down and letting go, and open your hand and have tip up. Okay, so we practice tip up. All right, so, but it takes a little bit of practice. So from here, and you're holding onto the tassel at this moment. This is when you let go. Taking it, coming down, tip up, holding it, tip up. Okay. So yes, try that a little bit on your own. That's a little bit hard. So take it and letting go, and the handle going down, and it rotating, tip up, and at the end you're holding it like a brush. Okay. And from the side, your left hand is just sort of curved. We have, my feeling is my palm basically facing my wrist, okay? And I have the sword fingers still. Other styles do other things, and ours is different than some other styles. Some styles, when they're close together, they'll be touching with their fingertips on their wrist, and they'll move their hand around like this and keep their, when they're moving together, they'll be touching. Other styles, they will point their fingers at their wrist. But see, that gives us shape that we don't really like. So we're going to lift our palm still, okay? And I kind of feel like my palm or my wrist, my arm, my forearm, kind of pointing at that there, okay? So we are not doing this, though, where it's lower and pointing, like ward off right. Ward off right, we pass, and the fingertips point at your arm. So we're not doing that, the fingertips point. Just your palm points at your wrist, or even at your forearm. It just makes a circle, is how I feel about it. Okay, it just is kind of like, hugging a tree, and you make your sword fingers and turn it over. It's just kind of making a circle. Okay, kind of like the ward off right shape, but a little bit more level. Okay, so anyway, that's what it should look like. So take it and here. Okay, so that's the first part. That's the hands of the first part of Big Dipper. The feet go like this. The feet are interesting. Okay, so we'll not talk about the sort of time. The feet are like this. Count it like this. One is back a little bit and turn your left toe in. Not necessarily to the corner, but turn it in some. Okay, a little. Two is shift in like a half step. So here would be halfway. Step there. Okay. Three, shift onto the back foot and bring your toe in, but you're still down. Four, stand up. Okay, stand on one leg. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, stand on one leg. Okay? So try that again. We're in a bow stance. One is back and turn your body a little bit, turn your toe in a little. Two, half step, just step on that line in the middle of between your feet. Three, shift back and bring your toe in close to your, closer. And then from here, you're totally balanced on your right foot, okay, right leg. Stand straight up. Okay. Okay. So.
And which way is your leg pointing? Is it straight to the side?
At the standing on one leg is your right foot points to the corner, your left knee points straight. Okay, so standard stand on one leg. All right, so like for all the heel kicks are that way. Okay. All right, the hands go like this. With it, there's another part to the hands. One, back a little and turn in and take the sword in the right hand. Tip up. Two, half step. Three, shift back and circle and tip up, which we've been really easy now because we practice it so much. And you look back. Four, stand up and poke forward and point. So your left hand goes from here, point, and the right hand is going, just swing it. Swing this whole thing up, okay? At the top, here, lift it up, Nancy. Well, maybe move back. Okay, it should be kind of level. Okay, and I'll do this from the side. It is not totally, I don't know if you can see, but you can see my arm anyway. It's not above my head. It's above it's not even above my shoulder, I don't think exactly. But it feels like it's just straight up, okay? But it's not totally straight. It's relaxed, it's up, okay? So we have a little problem here. Sometimes people go like this, and then they go, and then they end up like this, okay? Not high enough, or they end up forward. It just feels like your arm is straight up, and it points straight forward. Here, it points straight forward, and your left arm is also pointing straight forward. Sword fingers, okay? They're parallel. Okay. Here, so that's the right hand. The right hand is easy. We take it, and then on 3 we circle it back and tip up, and then we stand up and thrust it, or poke it forward. I'll just say. Okay, that's it. The left hand, when you circle back, the left hand will follow. Oops. The left hand is here, right? Follow, kind of pointing at our wrist. It'll follow and point back. Then when we stand up, it will come up a little and be shoulder height at the end. It will just come out towards the end position, okay? In the simplest way, basically, okay? Just up and out, okay? Straight. I'll do it this way. Just up and out, okay? Yeah, just a simple. It's here. It needs to be there, okay? Then just make it get there. And that's enough, okay? The Big Dipper. We call this Big Dipper in the Chinese. Who's Chinese here? Rita, what's the name for this one? It's what's it called? Kuixing?
Quaking, yeah,
Kuixing?
yeah.
There's a guy, one of the, isn't he an immortal? Or is he immortal? He's a famous fighter guy.
Yeah.
He's a famous
Oh.
fighting guy. Did he become an immortal? Okay, so, and you might have seen him, I don't have any picture of him, but he looks like a really mad guy, and his posture looks like this, something like this, with a sword.
Yeah.
So it's named after him. Okay, so we're not showing it that way. We're showing it bigger, but it's the name of this is named after that guy, which every Chinese school child knows. Okay, so let's try this one. All right, so this is the end of the 3rd ring. We're looking forward. Okay, so 1 is shift back to the middle, say, and turn your foot in, turn your body a little to the right, and take the sword, okay? Here your right knee bends, okay? Here, back a little, right knee bends, left one straighter a little, okay? 2, half step. Everything I'm holding it like this, look at, with my body, my shape with my body. I'm gonna shift forward, I'm not gonna change that, okay? I'm not gonna swing it forward. It's gonna move with me, okay? 3, shift back, circle back. When you take for 3, when you put your foot down, it needs to point to the corner, okay? Because you need to make a good stance. Then 4, poke it forward and stand up. Okay, good. Miranda, can you higher? Okay. Yeah, so be careful. Don't have it too bent and don't have it pulled back. Try to feel like your hand, if you bring it down close to your shoulder, and it feels like straight up, okay? It's not exactly over your shoulder. Yeah, that's better. That's kind of a neutral position for it, okay? So not forward. Oh, you can't see. Not forward. Lift it up, Nancy. Not forward and not back, okay? It just feels straight up. Okay. Do it again. You don't have to, you can let the tassel hang down right now if you want. 1, take the sword and foot turns in a little bit and tip up. 2, shift forward half step. 3, shift back, circle back and bring your left toe in. Look back. 4, look forward, poke and stand up.
Can stand up. Okay.
Okay?
So when the sword goes back,
Yeah.
the foot actually comes in a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So that's the footwork. The footwork is from a bow stance. We're going to narrow it. First, we come back and we turn our foot in a little bit. Then we take away half of the distance. Then we shift onto that foot and bring that foot in. Now we're standing straight up and down, okay, on one leg. Basically just balancing. Then just stand straight up. In the sword, we're maybe in the saber, we're used to making a bow stance and going from there to stand straight up. So that's harder. This is we're getting started, so this is very easy to get started. Okay. It's easy, but then people will leave out 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll leave out one of those steps and make it a little harder on themselves. But all right, on your own, you do it. Just do it and do it again. Okay. Okay. You can talk, Nancy. Go ahead, talk. Good. Okay. All right, this is pretty simple, right? This is pretty simple. Okay. So, Lindsay, when you stand on one leg, I want it to look like this. I'll do it sideways. I want you to stand up, and here, if I just lifted my leg, this is level. Here, I'm not doing anything with my foot. Try to point the toe down a little bit, and the sole point. Your foreleg. I need something to hold myself up. The foreleg. Bend it in a little bit. Okay. Point the sole towards your knee, so that turns it a little bit.
Face this direction and do it. It's hard to see when you're facing the side
It's hard
direction.
to see. It's hard to see anyway. So from here, so here would be, if I just lifted my knee, it would be hanging down. I want to bring it and point my foot kind of towards my knee. Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. So, imagine, we don't talk about this usually, I don't think, but when I did other martial arts, I did karate, and we stood up that way. This is protecting your knee from somebody kicking it, right? So if you stand like this, they can kick into your knee. So you stand up with your foot kind of protecting your knee. So so we don't usually talk about it, but the right shape, another way to think about it is, the right shape for ward off is not just palm in, it's palm a little bit up. There's a little bit of play, right? So here, I could go anywhere. I take it and go all the way to palm up, okay, so that I can, to be comfortable. Not just in the middle, so here this is not enough, I go a little bit more. So here, I bring it in and I turn it a little bit. I take a little bit of that into my foot, a little bit of turning it to be, I don't know, sole up or something, towards my knee anyway. Anyway, the right direction is basically to point your sole at your knee, and that's good enough, okay? But tuck it in, it's tucked in a little bit, okay? Still, not too much. Everybody else probably has heard this already. So we don't want to do anything too much. So just tuck in a little bit. Here is do nothing, just a little bit. That's good. That's fine. Okay, just a little, just not nothing. Okay, just not hanging there. Okay. Hopefully everybody else has been practicing. Yeah, any questions on this part?
Is there an application for this?
Well, the application, I think, is just this poking one. It's just if somebody, most of the application when you do this thing, like the hand form, this is deflecting, right?
Right.
So this is deflecting, and then we strike back. So this starts like this. Some weapons coming in, we deflect it, and then poke forward. Okay. So the application would be somebody there with their weapon. You deflect, bang, poke into them. Okay. Stab them. But this isn't like, we have other things that are like this, thrust. Okay. That's putting your whole sword through them, sort of.
Right.
This is more like sort of poking into them. So,
Some tall person, I guess, huh?
well, like I said, this Kuixing person, he is coming down. So it depends on the other person. If there's nobody there, we'll just make it be level. But depends what you're poking at. I would guess you'd be poking at their you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really I have no,
Maybe they're on a horse.
uh, yeah, no, I think it's just poking down. I think it just would be more like poking down into their neck area. But I don't know.
We're
Maybe,
also we're
yeah,
also striking with the sword finger, right?
we're doing the, yes. Well, we're always going to have the sword fingers. So
Right.
I don't know if we usually say strike, but we extend them anyway. I don't know
Yeah.
if we say strike. But, because I think, um, yeah, we're doing like a strike anyway. Okay. But so since we don't know how to do those with the, I think if you were really going to do it, you would do it straight like this, but we don't show it
This is
that way.
more point.
Yeah,
Right.
we call it
Point.
pointing. That's right. So we call it this
But
pointing.
the 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 strike with the sword finger, it's a circle, right?
It's not a big circle. It's from here. It's up a little bit and out. It's just a little circle here. It's not up and down. It's just more out.
Try not to think
Oh,
of
okay.
striking. Think of more or less pointing.
Yeah, we call this pointing. So that's what you do with your sword fingers. Okay, so we point with them. That's the attacking part, is with them. Okay, so we'll say point out. So your left hand points, your left sword fingers point out, and your right arm is just poking with the tip. Okay. All right, so let's do the last couple movements together. So that would be 3 rings around the moon, and then Big Dipper. Okay, and that's what we'll do today. That will be the end of today because we already used up an hour. So, all right, so from, I'll do it with you. I'll face your direction, so I won't look at you. Nancy can look at you. So from almost at the bottom, 3 rings around the moon. Turn, sit, circle, step, brush, point. Okay, push. 2, back and turn. Get it to be vertical enough. Cross and step. Push it forward. 3, open your hand and get towards the sword. Okay, then Big Dipper. Back and tip up, toe in. Forward and half step. Back and circle and bring your left toe in. And stand up and point and poke. Okay? Okay, again. From almost at the bottom. First ring. Back, left and turn left. Sit. Circle. Step. Brush. Push. 2. Back. Turn. Passing palm. Push forward. 3. Open your hand. And get ready to take the sword. Big Dipper. Back halfway and tip up. Turn your toe in. Then half step. Then shift back, circle up, bring your toe in. Then stand up and poke. All right, let me see you do it. From almost at the bottom. Okay. Robert, we're pushing down. It's on our elbow already. The sword behind us already. Right. So from pushing down. Okay. Then first ring. Left, shift left, and turn left, and sit and circle, step, brush, push. 2. Back and bring it by your shoulder. Passing palm and step. Push forward. 3. Circle and get the sword. Okay. Then Big Dipper. shift back a little bit and take the sword in your right hand, and then 2, shift forward half step, then 3, circle back, and then 4, stand up and point and poke. Okay, so look at me for Big Dipper. 1, back a little, not all the way back, and turn your toe in the middle. So here it'd be all the way back. There's no reason to go all the way back. So just like back, like halfway, turn your toe in. 2, shift forward and half step. 3, but now I'm on the left foot, all the way on, weight on the left foot, right? 3, circle back, all the weight on the right foot. 4, stand up. Okay, so this, I want this to be very smooth. The footwork is like this: back, forward, back, stand up. Okay, so just rocking, or kind of rocking feeling. Okay, and we're moving our feet too, right? So back, forward, half step, back, a little half step, stand up. Okay, so for 2 and 3, one of your feet is moving. Okay, for one, you're turning on the heel, but your foot is not moving. It still has weight. So that's just a partial move, okay? For 2, all the weight, so you can move your back foot. 3, all the weight, so you can move your left foot, and then stand up, okay? So your stance is getting smaller and smaller until you can stand straight up. Okay, ready to stand straight up on 3, really. And for 2 and 3, one foot is moving, so you have to shift. If you don't shift enough, you won't be able to move your foot. So that's where we have some trouble with not moving enough of our weight, then we can't move our foot, and then we're having trouble. So it should feel, hopefully by now you could feel this, just kind of, easily with your weight moving. You could do, you can move your feet around. So hopefully from the hand form, you feel like you can easily move your feet around. Okay, but I will say this: when you have it, I want it to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this I want to look like this. Keep it extended. Swing the whole thing up. Nancy, can you point it up? Swing it up. Okay, just swing it. Don't bend it and then extend it. Don't, just the whole arm and weapon, just one piece. Swing it and point it forward. Okay, and yeah, that's what the energy should be. Stand up and do that. Okay. Okay. So you stand up and your weapon and your left hand go left. Okay, to the left, with standing up. We've had stuff in the saber for people that have done the saber, and the exploding, right? And the exploding is something like this, and does it always go? I guess it almost always goes to the right, but it's like this. And it's like boom, but it's together, right? Stand up and both arms come out. And we have another one where they both go to the right. Okay, we have different ways of exploding. So this has a little bit of that in it. It all goes to the left, and you stand up together. Okay, so clean on 4. On 4, one clean movement. Okay. Okay. Oh, any questions? Nancy says that's enough for one day. So. Okay. All right. We'll stop here then. Thanks very much, and keep practicing. And you can send me an email or send Nancy an email if you have any other questions. But otherwise, see you next Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike,
Thank
thank you, Nancy.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wait, somebody's still talking, I think.